Good morning, everybody. This is Martin John, and I'm here to talk with you about the Tao Te Ching. The Tao Te Ching is an ancient text written about 600 BCE, so it's about 3,000 years old. This is deeply rooted in our culture, in our experience as human beings, and what I'm here in Tao of the Day to do is to ask you to pick a number. Now, the reason we pick a number is because you know what the Tao is. You know Tao. You just don't know you know Tao. you it is ingrained in your cells. And Tao is at the root of all things. Now you could call it God, but Tao created God. And that is how this all transpired. That's how we got here. And when we look at Tao, when we pick a number between 1 and 81, we find within ourselves the answer to a question that we might not even know we're asking. Sparkly, how are you?
Hi, this is Zahara Samuels.
Oh, hey, how are you, love?
I'm doing okay. Mom's birthday went okay, but she didn't celebrate it. That's an update. We didn't do nothing for her.
Okay,
I need a little help.
all
Like
right.
I'm restless. I need help. I need advice for restless. Like I'm bipolar. I'm gonna take my medicine and a
All
few,
right.
but
Well,
I just
all
I'm
right. Well,
bipolar.
let's take a breath together. Just really deep breath. Then let it go. We're just going to stay calm and we're going to find a number. Is there a number between 1 and 81 that's in your mind right now?
Favorite number 17. Sorry, I keep saying the same number. That's my favorite number. I always say that, but
Yeah,
can I
well, let's
try
pick a
different?
different number.
Can I try a different one? Okay.
Yeah,
What's my other number? I like to say 7.
number 7. Okay. Well, number 7 is the wisdom of not having preference. It's the title of this. And so when I'm looking at like the situation you find yourself in, we want to look at the preferences that you have. What would you prefer? Now, this is about the wisdom of not having a preference. Because when we have a preference, we're acting foolish. So I want you to look a little bit at all of the preferences, all of the things that you would prefer, than the things that are happening right now, right? So there are things happening right now, but you would prefer them to be different. This is about the wisdom of not having a preference. So this is what it says. Tao is infinite. It doesn't grow old or tired. Because it has no preference for itself, it can always persist, it can always keep going because it doesn't have a preference. The master puts herself last and always finds herself first. By being detached from preference, she can give herself to what is and find fulfillment there. So, what this is saying that I see, and I'd love to hear your thoughts as well, is that if you allow this to be, if you allow this celebration, even if there wasn't one, to be the celebration that happens, well, that's okay. There is fulfillment for you here. But when you want it to be different, you constantly find yourself in a place of not having, and then you only see that which you don't have, and you lose sight of all that you do have.
Yeah, that makes sense. Everything you said was spot on. I think it's great. that people have purposes or don't have purposes. It's wonderful. Just want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing, clapping your hands. Good job. You are a wonderful, great, great guy. I just need some advice on how to sleep. Like, I couldn't sleep tonight.
Well, like that's one of the wonderful things about, like, so you couldn't sleep. So you would prefer to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have work today? Do you have
I'm
to
off
be
for a
somewhere
doc.
today?
Yeah, I gotta go to my doctor's appointment.
What time is that?
10 or 11 a.m.
10 or 11 a.m. And what time is it now? Where are you?
Miami.
You're in Miami. So it's a little after 7. So you still got
Yes.
3 hours before you have to start thinking about that at all. So we're here for 3 hours. Now you can spend those 3 hours telling the world how you didn't sleep. And you can spend these 3 hours having a preference that you would have slept. Or you can sit down and just be quiet. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to spend the next 10 minutes of this not having a preference to have slept, but we're going to sit here and feel our body. We're just going to be here and we're going to close our eyes and we're going to feel our body and say, I don't want anything to be different. This right now is where I am. This right now, my feet, the way they feel, my knees, the way they feel. This is what is right now. I can feel the tiredness in my body, and that's okay. I don't have a preference for it to be different. I am here, and actually, I'm starting to feel my body relax. And when I take a breath, my body can utilize that oxygen to cool itself off.
I want a
To calm.
husband. I want to get married. I want a husband. I'm sorry. I just think it out loud. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I want you to recognize that that's a preference too. And we want a husband. That's good. That's good. We can have a preference
Hmm.
that, but every preference that we have puts us in the place of like, where is fulfillment within me? And I'm going to keep paying attention to your preference of wanting to have slept. But there's a preference in wanting a husband, there's a preference in wanting anything. And all that you are is greater than all that you want. And that's the thing that we need to remember is like this right now, this body, this mind, this thought is bigger and better and more interesting when I don't limit it to what I want. When I can just allow this body to be me. Look at me. I'm here in this body. I can feel my fingers and my toes. And my body is speaking to me. It's telling me things like, you're tired. And it's like, that's good. This is a relationship that I have that my mind has with my body. And if I can see that, because that's the thing, our mind, our thoughts sometimes argue with our body. They say, you want sleep, but your body's like, bitch, I don't want so sleep. I'm good. And there are times where our body's like, I need some sleep. And your mind's like, bitch, you're staying up. And they're at odds. And we have preferences that we want. Our body wants rest. Our mind wants activity. And every time we have a preference, every time we want something, whether it's a husband or sleep or food, every time we want something, it starts to focus our mind on one thing. Rather than keeping us focused on the bigger picture, the picture of us as a whole, of the me that is connected with God or Tao. It's only got me focused on what's in this body, in this manifestation, in this moment. And it's going to pass. Every moment has passed. There'll be a moment right now you want a husband. One
Mhm.
day you're going to be having a dessert and you're going to be eating something delicious and you're going to forget all about that. And then 6 hours later you'll be like, I want a husband. But for that moment that you're eating that tiramisu cake or something, it's going to be like you're not even going to be thinking about a husband. Why? Because you're lost in this moment. And the thing is every moment is this moment. And you can be lost in how delicious it is. This moment, having not slept last night and still having 3 hours before you have to do anything, is a delicious moment. A moment you can lie down or a moment you can get up. And your body is telling you what it wants. And your mind is telling you what it wants. But you are more than that. You're more than wanting. You can close your eyes and fall asleep. Or you can close your eyes and then get up and do the dishes. I don't know. But you're being guided to that next moment. You know, the Tao talks about the idea of, can you let your mud settle so that you can see clearly? And right now we're talking about the idea of preference, the wisdom of not having a preference. You know, Tao is very similar to a god or whatever, like it is, I look at it as the creator of God. Tao is infinite. It doesn't grow old or tired. Why doesn't it grow old or tired? Because we feel old and tired all the time. But it doesn't grow old or tired because it has no preference for itself. So it can always persist. You can always keep going when you don't want something, because as soon as you want something, you start to focus on that which you want more than that which is. This moment right now is what it is, and it's going to unfold into the next. But if I'm focused on getting a husband, let's say, this moment, focused on getting a husband, next moment, focused on getting a husband, next moment. And then my whole life turns around to getting a husband, and I never get to realize where I am because I have a preference to be somewhere else.
Right.
And so just like your sleep, you didn't sleep last night. That's
Mhm.
all right. You haven't slept before. It ain't going to kill you. But you can also lie down right now. And who knows? Maybe you'll fall asleep and then you set an alarm so you can get up for your doctor's appointment. Because I want to make sure that you stay healthy. I want to make sure you
Well, I
see the
thank you
doctor.
for I thank you for your encouraging words. I want to let you know before I get out of here that you're special. God
Hmm.
loves you, and I'm gonna get some rest. I'm getting sleepy.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, girl, I want you to get some rest. You have a wonderful
Mm,
day, and
you too.
you enjoy this moment.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye. God bless you.
Bless you. Okay, what a beautiful, beautiful interaction that was. That's the thing. As soon as we have a preference, we start to lose sight of the ability to receive that preference. When we say, I didn't sleep and that's bad. Well, let's stop judging it and start being present with it. This last section of this number 7 says, the master puts herself last and always finds herself first. By being detached from preference, she can give herself to what is and find fulfillment there. You know, if you can't give yourself to what is, you will constantly be focused on what isn't, and you won't be able to be here. you won't be able to fall asleep. You won't be able to get what you want. But what you want is a lot less than you are. I want you guys to have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me for Tao of the Day. If you have a number between 1 and 81, please step up and let me know. I would love to read a Tao for you. You can also, if you benefit from the work that I do here on wisdom and for Tao of the Day, you can send a tip through Venmo at martinjohn_Garcia. And until next time, keep recovering yourself.